Superb dish if you like a little spice, a little bit of garlic, a little bit of chili oil. This is one for you. Hi everyone, welcome to Backyard Chef. I'm Rick. Today we're doing a fantastic, nice, tasty noodle dish. We're doing spicy beef noodles. It's easy to come together. Packet noodles, and we will be cooking those in boiling water. I've got some oyster blade here. Now I prefer this type of meat. Okay, you can get sirloin, strip loin, flank steak, anything like that. Perfect for this dish. Okay, but I like oyster blade. Oyster blade, and I've cut this from frozen, and I've got these very thin strips. Now oyster blade is a fantastic tasting beef. Okay, it's a fantastic cut, but it has a big strip of fat that runs down the middle. But you know, it's fantastic for this. The only thing with oyster blade, we have to marinate it 10 minutes longer than you would for sirloin, strip loin or flank steak. So we're just going to mix a marinade and marinate the beef. So a marinade is very easy for this. We want about a tablespoon of soy sauce in there. Now this is light soy sauce. We'll be using light and dark a little bit later. Well, a little bit of sesame oil, and we want a little bit of cornstarch or corn flour, whatever you know it by, in there. Give it a little stir through. Oh, get rid of the spoon. Get your hands in. Get that marinade on all that beef. There you go. That is easy enough. Now for this dish we want a chili oil. Now I don't have a big jar of chili oil, and I'm sure everybody doesn't. You know, there's only a small percentage of people have a big jar of chili oil. So we're going to make a quick, rich chili oil. So we want to be going in there with about 4 tablespoons of oil, because it's a chili oil. Now we want to be heating that up. Want to get a little shimmer on there, but not scorching. And then we're going to go in with some garlic. Now, like I say, this is a quick chili oil. You know, we're not going to whole pile of chili and infuse everything. We're making just enough. Maybe there might be a little bit left over just to dribble over, but we're making enough for the dish. So when you're getting a little bit of a shimmer on there, you go in there with your garlic. Now really, it's just to infuse the oil. Can you see there's only a little shimmer going on there? Okay, that's going to cook that nice and steady in there. We don't want to burn this garlic at all. So that's it, we're turning off the flame. So we've got this garlic sizzling away in there, look. So when it sizzles down a little bit, like that, we're going in there with our chili. And we're going to stir it through. We have chili oil. Now that chili is going to bloom in that oil with that garlic. Now if you had Szechuan pepper, you can put that in as well and give you a nice numbing effect there. So this has cooled down. We're going to go in there with about, I don't know, half a teaspoon of brown sugar. We are making a rich chili oil. We're going to go in there with about a tablespoon of soy sauce, and we're going to give that a good mix. The sugar is going to dissolve in there, and we are going to have a fantastic flavoured chili oil. Quick and easy. There you go. That is beautiful. Noodles is very straightforward. 4 to 5 minutes in boiling water. Nice and straightforward in there. We'll put all those in there. And it's just let them rehydrate, and we'll just give them a stir around. And they'll break up and cook up quite easily. So all you're doing is breaking them up and stir them around until they're cooked. Nice and easy, isn't it? We don't have to do any work really. That's good enough. You need to drain those. They cannot sit in water. Now, a little bit of oil. Now I'm going to put a little bit of sesame oil and a little bit of neutral oil. Now that's going to hopefully, and we don't do much luck, as you can see, it's only a little, and we're going to give that a stir through, and hopefully they won't stick up too much. Okay, nice and straightforward. We want a sauce, about a tablespoon of dark soy sauce. This is quite a dark recipe. How about the same oyster sauce? A couple of tablespoons of soy sauce, normal light soy sauce. Tiny amount of rice vinegar, rice wine vinegar, a little bit of brown sugar in there. So let's just give that a mix, and then we're going to add some chicken stock made out of a chicken bouillon cube. Now that is our sauce for this dish. The only other thing we need to do is make a cornstarch slurry. 1 teaspoon of cornstarch or corn flour with 2 tablespoons of water as a thickener. So that's our sauce there. So a little bit of oil in there, and we want a pan on. Come on. Beef in first, beef out. Let's just put a little bit of that chili oil in there. Put some flavour on this beef. Beef in and a quick sear. So a quick twizzle round. All that gunge there is the cornstarch that we put on. No worries. Grab a bowl. We're going to put that in a bowl in a second. Now just see if we can get a little bit of charring on this. See, the cornstarch has cooked off. Now we're getting a little bit of char on there. Look, can you see? Beautiful, that's what we're after. Put a little bit of colour on and that deep flavour. Good enough. Out. See, we got a little bit of charring on there. That is absolutely perfect. Okay, don't worry about the pan. A little bit of oil. In fact, use that chili oil. We've infused it. Get it in there. Right, optional extra for this, you know. You don't have to have veg. I'm going in there with a little bit of onion. It's going to come out. A little bit of green pepper. I just want to put a little bit of something through the noodles. Now you don't have to go to a higher flame on this. If you get any charring on here, that will be fantastic. This is a very robust type dish. That is all we're doing. That comes out. That goes on top of the beef. It's all going to go back in together. So just chuck it in together. It's straightforward, this. Lovely. A little bit of oil in there. I'll put a little bit of this chili oil in too. Now it wants to be a little bit warm in here because the noodles will stick. in there. Char the noodles if you can. Now don't worry if it sticks to the pan. Scrape it off. Now we are after charring, a little bit of charring. So in we go, come on. Already changing colour, look, we got a little bit of charring going on there. As you can see, it's not sticking to the pan. But we do want to put a little bit of browning on there. We want a little bit of crusty. Okay, that will do. They're coming out again. It's all a cook and out. They're in there. Right, nice little flame on again. This is where we go in here with our chili oil and our garlic. We're going in there with our sauce. We're going to heat that up. And then we're going in there with our cornstarch slurry. Just bring all those flavours together, that garlic, that chili. Now we made up the cornstarch slurry, 1 teaspoon of cornstarch or corn flour, 2 tablespoons of water. However, so we just want to thicken it a little bit. You test it as you go, and if you want to add more, you add more. As it happens, I'm chucking it all in. Down to your taste, what you want. Okay, back in there with all our noodles. Stir them through. The noodles are going to be very, very dark. So there you are. That's in there. Our beef, our veg, optional veg. Bring it in, warm it through. That's looking fabulous. In there, some green onion. In there, some red chili. The red chili is for colour. It actually no spice as such. Just a little bit of colour in the dish, because if not, it's a very dark dish. Stir that through. Just give it about 30 seconds, and we're going to serve up. Let's serve this fantastic dish up. Come on, in there with our beef noodles. Now this is just one of those ridiculously easy dishes actually. It's just a little bit of takeout put back in, you know. On there, a few green onions. And if you've got any of that chili oil left, because there's always some left in the pan, it's a drizzle on there. And a little bit of sesame seeds just to show it off a little bit, eh? There you go. What a fabulous dish. Oh, fantastic beef. Give that a little mix up. Oh, a bit of chili there. Come on in here. Oh yeah. Oh, there's a little bit of heat there. That is delicious. Superb dish if you like a little spice, a little bit of garlic, a little bit of chili oil. This is one for you. Well, there you go. That's one for the weekend. That's a fantastic spicy beef noodles. Very easy to make. It's a bit of Cook out, cook out, cook out, cook it all. Just a little bit of messing around. Really, really worth it. It is absolutely fabulous if you like that flavour combination. There you go, so easy to make. Don't forget, share with your friends. Tell them how easy it is to make spicy beef noodles. If you do like what we're doing, big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell. Catch you in the next video. Oh yeah.